Mommy with Style, and welcome back to Moving Mayhem. So I wanted to do a totally dedicated video to Saint Joseph and kind of explain the importance and significance behind this figure that I keep on my kitchen ledge. And I've had this figure for about 10 years now, and I keep it prominently displayed in my house. I have some paperwork that I got with it, so I'll just, I don't know, maybe get the gist of it from here, because this is just going to be my personal thoughts. And it's one of those things that it's all personal opinion, so if you don't think you're going to agree with this, you can go ahead and just skip this video now. And even if you don't agree behind the specific figure of it, it's about the symbolization and the importance and just your kind of faith in something. So anyhow, I definitely don't want to I'm not one of those type of people that I think that everyone has to think like I think, but I did want to share why this was important and how this has played an important part in my life. So anyhow, Saint Joseph the Worker is commonly is one of the patron saints, I believe, is the patron saint of carpenters, and also commonly associated with home selling and getting your house sold. I don't think necessarily the buying part. So I got this little figure when we were actually selling our first house, and I am not personally Catholic. I was brought up a different Christian religion, and but I've always felt like a strong affinity for Catholicism, even though I wasn't brought up in it. I love going to Catholic churches and that sort of thing. So I'm already kind of lean that direction anyways, even though I would just kind of probably label myself like general Christian. I was brought up Baptist. We'll just throw that all out there. Anyhow, so I wasn't raised Catholic, so I don't know a ton of the backstories behind it, so you have to excuse me if I get something horribly wrong. Please do not hold it against me. This is just my personal opinion about the significance of it. So we were selling our first house. We were very young, and it was, a huge purchase for us. It's a lot of money, and you're just trying to do everything because the house is set on the market for a couple of months at that point. My husband had gotten transferred for a job with the company that he still works for, and it was a different area. It would have been like a 2-hour commute or something, just horrific commute. We could not live in that house anymore. So we got a house to rent. Or he was commuting for a while, I think, and then we eventually had to rent something up where his job was. Anyhow, the house didn't sell for a couple of months. We eventually ended up changing realtors because we weren't super thrilled with the first realtors that we had. And at that point, I was just kind of looking for anything and everything that I could do fairly inexpensively to help sell this house, because we really just didn't need it. We needed to move on to the next phase. So upon some research, I think on the internet or something, or maybe someone said something to me, I found out about Saint Joseph statues. So I went to a Catholic store in the new area that we were moving to, and I picked up this same statue, and I buried it upside down facing my house, and my house sold a few weeks later. Now, the whole thing about this is you have to be invested in it. And this is a great little book that came with it, and it has a lot of the information about Saint Joseph and about the custom of burying the statue. But just in a nutshell, the custom of burying a statue of Saint Joseph and the yard of your home at the time of sale is now common. Its origins are somewhat obscure, but there's a couple of different explanations. I mean, it's got the whole backstory. I'm sure you could Wikipedia this if you really wanted to. But it also has a little prayer, or just a little, kind of semblance that you're supposed to say, and kind of send it off whenever you are putting it into the ground. I'm probably not the best person to do this video, I'm realizing, because I don't know all the official terms. Anyways, so I mean, gosh, we're getting into a whole thing about religion that I don't normally talk about on my channel. I consider myself a very spiritual person, although I'm not particularly vested in one particular religion. I think that everyone should just do what works for themselves, and I'm not particularly, I'm not one of those people that says, I think this way, so everyone else has to too. I'm very open to, you do what works for you. I'm going to do what works for me, you do what works for you. So I do feel that connection sometimes. I will say it's been harder since I've had kids, and your mind's so cluttered to kind of feel that connection. But especially when I was younger, I felt that connection to just things around me a lot more. And I've been told, I don't remember whether it was one of the ladies in the Catholic store, or that I apparently may have some sort of specific connection with St. Joseph, just because I feel so strongly about it, and it has worked so well for me in the past. So my only point here is you have to, I mean, you don't just like take this and dunk it in the ground and go, please sell my house. But you have to be particularly invested in it. And this is the whole kind of symbolization that some people may not really get or want to be a part of, and that's fine if you don't. But you know, for me, this little guy has been a part of my life for 10 years, and I plan on planting him upside down in my yard when we get ready to sell you this house. And you know, I hope that we'll continue to have the same great relationship that we've been having for the past 10 years. So after I planted him upside down in the yard, our house had been on the market for a couple of months. We did change realtors. Our house ended up selling within 2 weeks that time. So I dug him up, took him with me. I've always had him in a place of prominence in your home, because I believe that is one of the things that it says you're supposed to do after you have dug him up. And then, you know, time went on. We rented a couple places. We ended up buying another house, and the time came to sell that house. I again invested myself and went through the whole process, buried him upside down, turned facing the house. Don't face it towards your neighbor's house, because apparently that might sell their house. Make sure he's facing your house. And our house sold in under a week from the time that we listed on the market. Could 100% be coincidence. I personally feel like even if this is just a statue in my yard, it is giving me the peace of mind of feeling like I am trying to go above and beyond to do something to sell my house. So I will be planting St. Joseph in my yard again, and burying him until the house sells, and then having him dug up and either mailed to me, or hopefully I'll be able to dig him up myself, and taking him on to the next place. So this is kind of one of those things where, I don't know. I mean, I really wanted to do a video on it. I feel like I'm maybe not the best person to like answer questions about this, other than the fact that I have buried this statue in front of my house twice, and my house is sold in under 2 weeks and under 1 week both times. I'll let you know how it goes this time. I also keep underneath my little St. Joseph statue a little fortune cookie thing that I got that really resonated with me, and I just felt like these two belong together. And this says, be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. I feel like this happens a lot in my life, where, you know, but this is a perfect instance. You know, you're grumbling about, oh, we should move back to Michigan, and then it randomly falls in your lap out of the blue, and there's a zillion other things going on at the same time. Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. So it's all good things, but you know, I find this statement amusing and very applicable to my life. So that's my story of St. Joseph. He's been with me for quite some time, and I appreciate this little statue. And I apologize that I don't have a lot of the, you know, I feel like I should probably be more well versed in the whole backstory. But, you know, I go through and I read this book before I put him in my yard every single time. And it's got specific prayers in there that you can pray for, you know, protection and just all kinds of things. So this has been a really helpful set, and I've really liked these. So yeah, I just thought I would share with you guys. So that is my story of my St. Joseph statue. Working out well for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Like I said, I may not be the best person to answer them, but I just wanted to share this because this will be a part of our home selling process, and it will be an important part to me, so I wanted to share it. So thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.